today's trip is going to be going to the Vradeto Steps, something like 1,200 steps that go up the side of this mountain that's in the Pindos National Park, which is a pretty big park in northern Greece. There's Athens. So I don't know if you drove it direct, maybe it's about 6 hours, 5 hours or so. There's a town, Ionia, that's going to be the closest large town where if you took a train or something, you'd probably go ahead and rent a car in that area so that you could drive. You really need a car. It's pretty remote in this area, and the things that you're going to want to do are you're going to need a car, basically. So this is the Vradeto Steps. Very close to the top of this mountain is the village of Vradeto. That was the little church. When you arrive at the little church, which is about a 2 hour hike, you continue. We made the mistake of stopping at the church, having our picnic, and then returning. In the summertime, it's a bit of a huff and a puff, if you will. And so it's really much more ideal to make it over to these two viewpoints, and you'll get an absolutely gorgeous viewpoint of the Vikos Gorge, which is really quite spectacular. Now, although you can hike it from the Vradeto Steps trail, you can also drive all the way around the mountain to Vradeto and park your car and do a much shorter hike. So that's also an option, but that's going to be the national park, the Vikos Gorge, which is really quite a highlight. I mean, this whole area is really quite special. I think it's quite spectacular to take the time and have a car. So this is Kipi, the village that we started at, the small little country road. You would take that and you would go through Korkuli. You got two choices. You can go through the town of Korkuli, or you can go on the lower road. And it follows fairly straightforward, if you will, to get to the trailhead of the Vradeto Steps. The Vradeto Steps area is well marked. There's parking, free parking, and so it's relatively easy to find. So you just stay on this road. Now, interesting again, so even though we parked the car and hiked this red line, and do in the summertime, especially in the summertime, make sure you have a little bit of extra water. Even though we were here in the summertime, there's still snow in some of the shadow areas, so be prepared in case it gets cool. So this is where the town of Vradeto is, and you can drive it. That yellow road is a road. That's the gorge. So you can see it's quite beautiful. There's also a hiking trail in there. So there's many hiking trails throughout this whole area that are well worth exploring, certainly. This is the road leaving Kipi, and this gives you an idea of the viewpoint, if you will, from the car on what you might expect in this national park.
It goes all the way to the top.
Is it like 3 hours, 2 hours total?
2 hours.
There and
Up.
back? Up.
That's what it said.
Gee.
I thought you said that yesterday. You said that it was an hour
Yeah,
and a half
she
up
said
there.
3 hours.
3 hours total?
Well, it said depends on how long you spend at the top.
Yeah, but 3 hours like...
With the shadow, and then you got the little village. It looks like that house they built crooked. Nice.
Oh, for a little taverna.
Yeah.
Path, Yellowbirch Road, right to paradise. You can look out on this nice vista.
Well, guess what? One way or another, we're going in. This is a rather nice looking three-dimensional.
Oh, yeah.
On the way back.